I sat down with a video concept in mind that I still really want to do. I'm even going to tell you because I still want to do it. It's the concept of what a UTM is and how you track analytics for website tracking. But I'm just really not feeling camera today. Like, I have been trying to do a deep clean the whole flat for weeks, and it keeps being like, oh, when my ex moves out then I'll do it, but then he doesn't move out because I can't find anyone to replace him, and I was going to do it anyway while he was away for a week, but he got rid of the vacuum without telling me, which was great. So now I have to buy a new vacuum, which is mine now, so awesome, because my old one broke before, but it's not here till tomorrow, so still can't clean it, so my living room is in like a half state of done. But I'm just really not feeling it. I can't be like tutorial mode today. So I just thought I'd talk about something that I was discussing with someone recently. So in the last week, I had 2 people I went to high school with reach out to me, and I didn't even really speak to them in school. We had like passing encounters in school, like maybe a few times maximum, and they just saw my stories on Facebook and they messaged me and it was like, oh hey, just thought I'd talk to you, and it's like, okay, cool, interesting. But those conversations always go really weird because you don't have a pre-existing relationship with that person to really pick up, but they're not a stranger, so you don't really know what to talk about. So you always end up on the topic of like, oh, how did you perceive me while we were in school, and how has that changed now? What spawned you to decide today is the day you're going to reach out and have a chat, and like that sort of thing. It just got me onto the idea of like, because in school I was the weird YouTube girl. Like, I always describe myself as like, I was the weird YouTube girl before the word influencer ever came into fruition, and here I am still doing it now over a decade later, like 13 years later at this point. Obviously it wasn't all on this channel, but here I am. I was talking to this guy and he was saying, oh yeah, so I didn't even really know you as the YouTube girl. Like, I heard maybe once or twice that you made some videos, but that was like it. Whereas like for me, it was like a massive big thing because I had been involved in making YouTube videos for like maybe a couple months at the time. It was very new to me. I'd been watching YouTube vloggers, you know, the cliche British vlogger clan, for over a year at that point, and I'd only just started actually trying to make videos of my own, and they were obviously really bad. Like, they were awful, and you would expect them to be awful. It was like just a me thing that I was still learning to do. I was in the early stages of new hobby, and a girl from my form messaged me on Facebook, which was already suspicious because we weren't friends, we weren't close. Like, I don't really like the term the popular girl because like that's just stupid. Even when I was in school, I thought it was stupid. I never describe people like that. Just, they're not in my social circle. They're not my group of friends. But I was the weirdo, the geek, the swat, and she was the popular girl. Whatever. And, but she never spoke to me in class, really, unless it was really awkward and it was, like, really painful for me the whole time. And every time she spoke to me, it just gave off the aura of, this is a trap, but I don't know how. So when she messaged me on Facebook, that itself was really weird, and I don't know what was going on. Maybe they were at a sleepover or something and trying to like, oh, let's message the weirdo, see what she's up to. I don't know. There's a very slim possibility she was genuinely trying to reach out and be my friend, but we just had such fundamental personality clashes that was never really going to happen, so it doesn't really matter what it was about. I just felt very sus about the whole conversation, was being very guarded the whole time. But I wasn't going to be rude to her. I didn't really have anything to say to her that was anything but going along with the conversation. And at one point she asked me what sort of music I was into, and I'm really not into music that much. I never really was. I'm more into it now than I ever have been, but which is still not a lot. I've never been one of those, oh my god, music saved my life kind of people. I don't really go to gigs very often. But I think I sent her a playlist of like 2020, which is like the most boy bandy thing I ever listened to, because that was the closest to the sort of music she was describing. So I sent her a playlist of 2020 songs I'd like compiled, which inherently linked her to my YouTube channel because that's where they host playlists. And then she found all my vlogs, and then I go into school like the next Monday and everyone's talking about it. They won't leave me alone about it. I had a big rush of like, the analytics back then weren't that good, so it took a while for analytics to come in, but I saw like the following week my videos had shot up in numbers by comparison to what they were before. That was just a whole thing. People didn't stop for about a year, making it way too big, you know, asking questions but doing it in a way where you can tell they're not genuinely interested. They're just looking for meat to like ream into you and like criticize you and act like you're the weirdo because you're going like against the flow. And this guy I was messaging, he was saying like, oh yeah, you just always seem to go down a different path to the usual. And I'm like, okay, great, yeah, cool, that's nice to know. It's nice to know it can be perceived positively, which like I don't particularly go around looking for people's approval or opinions. Like, I literally don't care. People can tell me positive things and it means just as little to me as if they were saying negative things to me, because I'm intrinsically motivated. I do things for me. But it just sort of crossed my mind that people are always like looking at YouTubers, vloggers, content creators, influencers. Let's be clear, influencers are different to content creators. Influencers are people who happen to post stuff or post content because they are trying to make money and they're trying to be a celebrity, or they are trying to get their affiliate links clicked on, and that's their primary driving force, right? They want to do this as a job because they want to gain from it, and it's normally because they just post pictures of their everyday to day life. Whereas a content creator is someone who is looking to either entertain, educate, promote something sometimes, but rarely, this is the smallest one, inspire, or build a community, right? With the content that they make. I've talked about this in my content strategy video quite a while ago, so there's a difference. It's the driving force behind it is the difference, and you can normally tell in the type of videos or the type of photos or any kind of content that they're posting. You can kind of tell the different motivation behind it. I make content for content's sake. I'm not making content to plug a product. Like, I do have my own shop and I do have my own business, but that's like a thing at the end. You can see links in the description. But I make videos, like I make tutorials because I want to educate people, or I talk about my experience in my life because I want to tell them how I got to where I am here. And like all that sort of stuff. There's a different sort of thing. So I've always been like a content creator, not an influencer. But people are always like, oh, you do it because you just want to be famous and you're a massive attention seeker. And I'm totally open, like I'm a massive attention whore, but I don't need it to get by and live my life. It's just a nice thing. But the reason I've always made videos is because I enjoy making videos. I like making things. If I could just make things forever and live off my content, that would be an ideal situation for me, because then I have time to make more content and I can do it about what I want, and that's a bonus. But like, I don't care about having a big audience. I care about building a community of people who like me for me in the way I present myself in my videos, because I consider my YouTube videos to be the most authentic display of my true personality. Because, you know, when you're like talking to people, I'm great with people out in the wild. Like, I love chatting to people, I love making friends, I genuinely love learning about other people. But when you're in an exchange situation, you are reacting and displaying yourself in response to a situation or a dynamic that you're placed upon, or like you're in. Whereas when I'm talking to a camera uninterrupted, this is like my full stream of consciousness. This is where I'm coming from authentically, and I've got no one to interrupt or redirect that train of thought, you know? So that's just how I feel. I like having a genuine audience because I would like to interact with people who like the truest version of me, which is why I really like when people comment and when people tell me that I've helped them, or when they tell me that I like raised a question that they had never considered before. I really like that, and I like when people come to my Discord servers and chat with me about it. But yeah, that's just a thing that I was thinking about. I feel like I have a very polarizing personality in that it's not people love me or they hate me, it's that people find me interesting for a little bit because I'm unusual, and like not many people are like really into making content, and also a really successful competitive fighter, and then also into like anime and alternative fashion and like kawaii stuff, and like I really like that sort of aesthetic. So like finding that overlap of stuff, like I'm definitely a bit e-girl, finding that overlap of stuff is really rare in people. I feel like you get like one or two things. I feel like I have three things that are like fundamentally my things, and I like pile them on top of each other, and I'm very loud about them because I make content. I like putting that out into the universe. So like people find that interesting for a while, and then they find it exhausting. I talked about this a bit on my Feeling Lonely in the UK Taekwondo community on my Debasto channel. I'll link that too. But I talk about it, like people find it interesting for a bit, and then they feel like they start comparing themselves to me when you shouldn't. And they like either get annoyed because I'm bringing to light the fact that they feel like, oh, it's impossible to do these things, and people try and talk you down because you can't do these things with your life and these goals that you have because they haven't done them, and they don't like me being here doing it, or trying to do it, at least persisting, and they resent that, or they just get exhausted because they feel like they have nothing of equal measure to contribute, and they get self-conscious about it. And it's like, but I'm just here doing my stuff. It'd be great if you wanted to like hang out with me while we do stuff together. That'd be great. But I don't know where I'm going with this. Perceptions of people online. Let's say that's the topic of this video. It's just me doing a little monologue. Yeah, stream of consciousness talk to camera vlogs are less common on this channel, but I hope you like it. This is a window into my soul. I'm going to be doing live stream soon, because my plan was do the big cleans, and then I was on a 6-month contract for like 30 hours a week that has now been reduced. I had like 2 weeks off where I wanted to do all my personal admin stuff, but then the vacuum situation really slowed that down. But I've been helping my friend Salem with that fight night prep, which is happening tomorrow, so that's going to be done soon. And I'm going to do the second half of that documentary on my other channel, my martial arts channel, soon. So when that's done, my plan was I was going to sit in my nice clean room, which my bedroom's the last one, bedroom/home office is the last place I'm going to be doing it. So once that deep clean's done, I'm going to do my 2 days of work, which is because that's how it'll work out. I've got that extended for another 6 weeks. It's literally 12 days of work I have booked out right now that's set in stone, and the rest of them are like possible negotiation contract things. I'm going to sit down and stream, and the stream is just going to be me catching up on my content repurposing. So it's going to be me turning my published videos into shorts and posting those shorts. I'd maybe scheduling them out, and then turning my long form videos into blog posts for my website, because I'm really, really far behind on that. I got like over 30 to do, which is ridiculous, and blog posts aren't quick. I have a trick to make them quicker. It's like one of the few times I utilize AI, because it's not generative AI, it's taking content that I've made and speeding it up to turn it into a first draft of another format for me to then go through and do SEO and language changes on it as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I really, really hope that I can get into the flow of just doing that while I'm on stream and not really trying to talk the whole time I'm on stream. It's going to be like days. It's going to be days of me just sat here talking. So if you want to like ask me questions, if you want to come on my Discord server and message me and like talk about stuff, or maybe we could go on voice chat and sort of co-work together. It's literally going to be like an edit with me, do content with me, write with me, you know, those sort of streams. I want them to last ages, because you can go up to 12 hours on YouTube Live. If I somehow surpass 12 hours, I'll like stop the stream and restart it, because then it automatically saves it as a VOD. And then that'll stay on the channel and people come to it later. If you don't pre-record it on your own device for over 12 hours, then you just lose it. So I hopefully want to just do like almost a full week of just being on stream doing that. And it'd be nice to have people come hang out with me and do it. So keep an eye out, subscribe. And yeah, I'll be also updating my auto lists and my automations on Metrical. I have a video about how to do automations for social media. It's going to be like just cleaning that all up, because I've done that previously and the batch is churning out now constantly, and the idea is your channels don't go dead, but I don't want to be reposting the same stuff so soon when I have new stuff that should be ready and going out. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my thoughts. Hope to see you on my stream. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Goodbye.